Welcome everybody. Thanks for coming to our webinar, Step Inside Indoor Wayfinding with MapsPeople and Liveli. I'm Jamie Nobbs, part of the marketing team at Liveli, and we're so excited to announce the partnership with MapsPeople and bringing indoor wayfinding solutions to the Australia and New Zealand region. In today's webinar, we're going to be covering a range of use cases and demonstrations and just how the partnership will look with MapsPeople and Liveli. So let's get stuck into it. First up, let me introduce our presenters. So we have Christian Mugler from MapsPeople and Oliver Looker from Liveli. Thank you, Oliver.
Thanks, Jamie. Hello, everyone. Oliver here, General Manager of Liveli, and it's my pleasure to present this webinar today together with Christian Mugler, the Regional Sales Manager from MapsPeople.
Thank you, Oliver. The pleasure is on my side to have this opportunity to introduce our indoor navigation platform called Maps Indoors to actually all the listeners in Australia and New Zealand. So thank you.
Okay, so first I'd like to start and talk about how the partnership with MapsPeople came about. And it started earlier this year at the Google Cloud Summit, where we work closely with Google to provide an indoor heat mapping experience. We worked with the Sydney Convention Centre to be able to get a layout of the Convention Centre hall where all the booths exist. And what we did was set up some hardware devices that tracked people's movements. This was done in a way that had security at the forefront, so it was anonymized data, and we aggregated that up during the course of the conference over the course of the day. And that's what you can see here, where there's red areas where there's high density of people and cooler areas where there's not. And this information was very powerful then to help the event organizers and for next year to be able to understand, where are the high value booths and where are the booths that are not really providing that value. And we got a lot of interest on the back of this from companies, but they kept on asking other questions too about how can we use this data to sort of find our way around the convention centre or to a particular booth or to a particular session. And so that came up time and time again, and where is my blue dot? So that got us thinking, and on the back of that, we really went out to the market to find out if that's possible, and who are the good technology providers in this space that can do that sort of indoor navigation and wayfinding. So as part of that research, we did our own sort of desktop type analysis. But we also used our strong partnership with Google and asked them, hey, are there those sort of partners out there that provide this type of offering? And on the back of that, all avenues, should I say, sort of led to MapsPeople. And there's a couple of reasons behind that. They've got a tried and trusted product in Maps Indoor. The other part of that is as well, the other advantage that we saw is that they're very similar in how Liveli operates. So MapsPeople and Maps Indoor, they're very strong fit culturally, and so that was really important to us. So not only do they have a fantastic product, but they're a great bunch of people as well. And to top it all off, they're actually looking, during the course of this year, they're looking to expand into the APAC region and in particular ANZ. So really that's how the partnership came about. And it's really exciting to announce this partnership where Liveli and MapsPeople are bringing a world-leading product, first movers effectively to the ANZ market. And just taking stock really of what Liveli is all about. We've been doing maps and location intelligence now for well over 25 years, and that started with our parent company, NGIS. So from mapping mapping paper maps digitally to go into the online experiences, and then really in 2011 it sort of changed obviously for the better with our forging a partnership with Google Maps and the Google Maps platform, and that's really turned the whole mapping industry on its head. Google Maps is obviously a world leader. We use it all everyone around the world uses it every day, and so with that partnership we have extended that to go into the realms of artificial intelligence and machine learning, and by bringing Google Cloud into that experience as well. And we're Google Cloud location-based services specialists. And then as you can see this year, bringing all that mapping expertise and intelligence together, and by forming the partnership with MapsPeople, we have a new offering in terms of that indoor-outdoor navigation and wayfinding experience. Just looking at a quick snapshot of a particular vertical, and that's sport and leisure. So as you can imagine, with location intelligence, there's many different use cases and it applies to many different industries. But the sport and leisure, we do have experience in this space, and helping the likes of AFL, for example, to help them improve their planning and allocation of funds for infrastructure, and basically increasing the participation of the game as well. And the Sydney Olympic Park Authority is another key customer, and as you can imagine, on event day there's a lot of patrons, there's a lot of fans that come to what is effectively like a small city, and to be able to move them around and provide information about road closures is very important, and they use mapping to do that. So just circling back to the importance of Google Maps, and you can see some of the stats there up on the slide. 1 billion active users per day. So it's a very familiar tool set, right? And it doesn't matter if you're sort of young or old, typically you've had experience in using it. So if you can use that within your business, you're already one step ahead. And that's the position that both Liveli and MapsPeople believe in. And MapsPeople have built, and you'll see the demonstration shortly from Christian, have built their product Maps Indoor on top of Google Maps for this exact reason. So you're removing those barriers to access. The other part of it as well is when we talk about data, and it's a hot topic at the moment, and everyone's talking about it, and there's a lot of pressure to maximise the value of your data and monetize of data. And I think a key element that people might not know is that if you think about it, all data has an element of a location. So to be able to overcome the data deluge and all the data that's around in our lives, but particularly in business, and to make sense of it all, because it has location, you can map it. And so you can elevate it up to a map, go beyond a spreadsheet, and be able to see new insights that you may have not been otherwise able to see. So it's very, very, very powerful. And I suppose another part of that as well is that we're living in a more connected environment. We've got the built environment, the smart cities. A lot of people call them. There's more and more devices. There's billions of devices. So again, to make sense of that and take advantage of that for your business, location plays a really important part in that. So I think from setting the scene there, I think it's time to really hand it over to Christian, and he can provide some demonstrations about the Maps Indoors product.
Thank you, Oliver. So before I'm going to show you Maps Indoors, let me present you MapsPeople in numbers. And I would like to start with the number 125 years, which is actually the age of our company. So since the beginning, we were focusing on drawing maps, but things started to change really quickly the last 10 years in terms of innovation and growth when we became a Google Premium partner. and also in 2013 when we launched our indoor wayfinding platform called Maps Indoors. So it means that our HQ is still in Denmark, but we also have an office in the US, and now we're about to expand in the APAC region. So Maps Indoors can give you a great overview of your facility, and as it is built on Google Maps, we can provide you a seamless transition from outdoor to indoor, and also integrate it easily with any kind of third-party system. So for example, if you want to create a blue dot, meaning you want to localize where you are inside the building, this is something you can integrate with our solution and also basically with any kind of positioning technology. Another example is also that you can integrate our solution with both mobile application that works both on iOS and Android, and also on the web. So here you can see some of our clients using our solution Maps Indoors. But the reason why I'm sharing this slide with you is to explain that there is no limitation when it comes to use Maps Indoors. So all the brands you can see here represent different kinds of verticals. And talking about verticals, these are actually the main verticals that we are focusing on. So these are stadiums, corporate offices, airports, convention center, hospitals, and universities. And in today's webinars, we are going to talk about these three main industries, which are stadiums, corporate offices, and airports. So let me go straight into it. I would like to start with the vertical stadiums. And the first use case is the Golden State Warriors, that are the NBA champions from last year in basketball in the US. And their challenge was actually how to create a better value and a wayfinding for their fans and visitors. So what we did is, first of all, we integrated our solution into their existing mobile application. And then we also provided an event-based indoor map. So it means that the map we created can not only be used for basketball games, but also for concerts and other kinds of events. And of course, with our solution, we can also guide all the fans and visitors from any place outdoor to any place indoor. And as a next step, we also gonna involve fan engagement through location-based services like push notifications in order to interact with the fans. So on your right-hand side, you can see the monthly session using Maps Indoors for different kinds of events. So for example, in concerts, we measured 5.5 million sessions using Maps Indoors in September 2019. Whereas for basketball games, you can see a record of 10.4 million sessions in October 2019. So now I would like to highlight this also in terms of this use case where you can see the seamless transition from outdoor to indoor at the stadium. So first, of course, I'm going to choose the app. And then I can select the map. And here you can see the stadium, which is built on top of Google Maps. So you can tilt and rotate it the way you want. So let's pretend you're going to meet some friends at the pizza place inside the stadium, and you're not familiar with the area, and you need navigation from, let's say, a train station outside. So we're just going to type in the location. So here I choose the train station and get actually the best direction towards the stadium. It will also choose, of course, the closest entry point. And finally navigate me to the final destination. Another use case is the use case of UEFA. UEFA is the football association in Europe. And you can imagine, like, in order to organize the championships in Europe, earlier on they had to send a team of, let's say, 30 delegates that inspect the different stadiums and in order to meet all their requirements. And that was quite time consuming and also really costly. And of course, because they have to take the plane and other means of transport, it was not that eco-friendly. And for that reason, we created a virtual stadium together with another Google Premium partner called Sword, which means we mapped the whole stadiums, and we also created 360 images so that the people can actually manage all the data from their own office. So there's no need to travel anymore to these different places. And in that way, they can, of course, save a lot of money and is, of course, eco-friendly. And here also, let me just show you a video about this use case.
Every year, UEFA ensures that millions of fans have a fantastic football experience. But such experiences require great preparation. As part of the preparations before any major UEFA match, UEFA ensures that venues meet the highest standards. Today, this requires many visits that use many resources with high economic and environmental costs. But what if we could reduce the amount of on-site visit and collaborate even easier? What if resources could be used on making great football experience rather than travel expenses? We have the solution. Our user-friendly virtual stadium solution offers an immersive on-site experience directly from your office, combining private and highly secure maps with 360-degree picture navigation. The user gets as close as possible to a real physical visit. And later, being on-site, you can easily retrieve this information on your mobile and even get door-to-door directions to your point of interest. Let us help you in creating the future's football experiences.
So, and that leads me to the last use case in this vertical, which is the US Open in Pebble Beach in golf. And their requirements were actually to create a better map experience, also to improve the customer experience, and actually to have a platform where they can visualize the data easily. So what we did is we created a customized map, and the goal was not only to navigate the people to the different points of interest within the map, but what we did additionally is also we were able to track the golf players. So it means that all the fans could follow their, let's say, favorite players and always see on which hole they are, or in general where they're located. So this is was not only like an advantage for the fans and visitors on site, but that was also possible for all the people just to connect to the app globally, to actually follow the game and follow their favorite players. And the tournament took place 3 days, and as you can see here on your right hand side, we measured on the peak day a request of Maps Indoors of an amount of 8.5 million. So let me also move on to the next vertical, which is airports. And I would like to start with the Copenhagen Airport, that is one of our customers. And their challenges was actually to provide travelers with a better and more stress-free experience. And also what they wanted is their passengers to spend more time in the shopping area. So what we did is actually we integrated Maps Indoors into their existing mobile application. We integrated as well with the existing indoor positioning solution and also with a parking system. So, and the next couple of slides will actually show you how beneficial our indoor map can be using different kinds of services. And the first one you can see is, for example, if you want to know look up all your flight information. So next to the flight information, you can just click on the map and see, for example, where your gate is located. You also see the blue dot, which will help you to navigate to the gate that you need to go. Another way is you can also look up for any kind of shops and restaurants. So, for example, if you are interested in Marc Jacobs, you can find all the information about opening hours, products, and of course also the map where the shop is located and how you can get there. And what Copenhagen Airport did is they also set up an e-commerce shops that allows every passengers to actually go online on the app and select any items they would like to buy. And let's say, for example, you need to go to the airport, but you don't have that much time to buy anything. So you can just do that in the e-commerce shop. You can select any item you want to buy, and you can even say and define which picking up place you want to pick your item. And for that, I also have a demo that I would like to share with you. So we just open the app. You choose the tax-free, and here it asks you to choose the destination. So once you have selected your destination, you can go through the product categories, as you can see here, and then of course select the item you would like to buy. In that case, I'm interested in buying a watch. So you put that in the calendar, in the basket, and then you can choose the pickup place. Of course, you add also the date and the time when you want to pick it up, and then you can see on the map where you can pick up the product. So, and then of course you have also the possibility to get an overview of all the parking houses. So it means that while you're driving to the airport, you do not only see an overview about all the parking houses, but in addition, you can also see a live update of the available parking lots. So you're always up to date, actually, which parking house you should choose in order to find parking lots. And in the same time, you also have the possibility to buy your ticket. So it means you can just drive in, park your car, and go to your terminal. And let me also show you a demo for that use case. So here as well, you choose parking. The first thing you want to do is to see an overview about all the parking houses. Then you just select one of these. You choose the date, how long you want to park your car. And while you're parking your car, you also have the opportunity that someone is cleaning your car when you're abroad. So when you come back, you have a clean car. So there's many ways to add additional services and values to this kind of solution. So what does this mean in terms of adoption? So next to an increase of 1.5 million passengers in 2018, you can also see that the numbers of daily app users increased in 2018, so from 7,500 to 9,000. And on your right-hand side, you can see a graph that shows you the monthly session using Maps Indoors. And we have a peak in June that shows like 5.5 million sessions using our solution. So another use case is Swedavia, which is a company that owns the major airports in Sweden. They have similar requirements as the Copenhagen airport, meaning they also wanted to satisfy the travelers by providing them navigation, also to improve the passengers flow inside and outside the airport, and also as a next step to increase sales, providing travelers with commercial information. And as they wanted to start with kiosk solution, we partner with Combine, who is specialized in kiosk software solution, integrated Maps Indoors with their solution, which means that they have a kind of a much more easy to use interface and more sophisticated information, which means that passengers that will come to the kiosk, they can just scan their plane ticket, and then you will see all the relevant information about your flight, and even also the map showing you directions how to get to your gate. And as a next step, they will also integrate our solution into their mobile application, and in a later stage as well, integrated with positioning. Here as well, you can see an increase in passengers the last 4 years. And on the right-hand side, you can see the month we launched our solution in the autumn 2018, and how fast it grew in terms of Maps Indoor sessions. So we had also a peak in June with almost 4.6 million sessions using Maps Indoors. So, and finally, let me also introduce the last vertical, which is corporate office. And in that fact sheet, we estimate that 40% of workers in large organizations waste about 30 minutes a day searching for a room. So this can be difficulties to find the right meeting room, or or colleagues, and even also like available office desks. And that, of course, leads to higher costs and inefficient process for the companies. So this is why big corporations are using smart office solutions to improve the everyday working life by using technologies like asset tracking in order to track their employees, but also, for example, hot desk functions to help to find available desks, or also meeting room booking systems. And of course, everything can be integrated with our solution Maps Indoors. So nowadays we have over 400,000 employees that uses our solution in over 450 locations, and this is in use by 4 big corporations. So let me also show you this demo or video that shows actually our partnership with YachtSpot, who is also specialized in smart office solution.
With an office desk booking solution from YachtSpot, finding a workspace has never been simpler. A solution that gives you the option of booking from home and guides you all the way to your workplace. With integrated indoor maps, and several co-working features, the Yachspot solution, powered by MapsPeople, will free up 30% extra workspace via detailed logistic insights for your company and eliminate the hassle of finding a good spot to work.
So with that, I would like to pass it over to you, Oliver.
Thanks, Christian. They were some amazing demonstrations, and it really shows how mature the Maps Indoor product is, and that it's ready to go and it's ready for the ANZ market. So yeah, thanks for those demonstrations, Christian. So really, what's next? And I think it's just really important just to, I suppose, clarify the partnership. So obviously MapsPeople own the Maps Indoor product, and Liveli as partners cover the local support for the ANZ region. So we're here to help support you by understanding your needs and understanding how you can take advantage of Maps Indoors. So please get in touch with me to get started. Be very interested to hear about your needs and obviously some of the questions that you have about the Maps Indoor product. And I think there's been a few that have come through.
Yeah, so we've got some questions here today, just some of your standard ones. So Christian, are you able to talk about the pricing? So what does pricing look like for implementing Maps Indoors into a business?
Sure, absolutely. So Maps Indoors is based on a yearly subscription, and the price is mainly depending on the size of the building and the venue in square meters. So the subscription includes, of course, the digitalization of the map, but also the creation of the route network. And the users will also get access to our content management system that allows them to update and manage the map data. And they will also, of course, have technical support.
Great, that sounds pretty straightforward. So in terms of timeline, Christian, you might be able to help us with this as well. How long does it take to implement the Maps Indoor solution?
Yeah, so I would say that to digitalize an area of 100,000 square meters, we would need approximately a week.
All right, that's pretty quick. That's good to know. All right, throwing it to you, Oliver. Licensing. Does Maps Indoors require a Google Maps license?
Yeah, so the simple answer to that is yes. So Google Maps has a very flexible and easy to use pricing setup, but you do need a license. So depending on the usage will depend on the price.
Great. And one last question to finish up. Christian, in terms of integration, a lot of our clients already have existing applications. How easy is it to integrate it in with other systems and existing apps?
Yeah, sure. Good question. So as I mentioned also in my presentation, we see our solution as a data visualization platform that can be integrated with any kind of third-party data. And for that, you can use our SDK, so our software development kit, which means that you can easily integrate it with your existing mobile application.
That's awesome. Thank you, Christian. All right, I'm going to hand it over to Oliver to wrap up the webinar.
Thanks, Jamie. So yeah, a big thank you to everyone who attended the webinar today. I really do hope that you found it useful and realised that with Maps Indoors that you too can raise the bar when it comes to awesome user experiences. I would like to thank Christian and the team from MapsPeople. On behalf of Liveli, we look forward to a real prosperous partnership and really look forward to bringing Maps Indoors to the ANZ market. So Liveli and MapsPeople are here to support you on your outdoor-indoor navigation journey. So thanks everyone and take care.